Greetings there, people of YouTube. This is Essence of Thought here, and I just want to discuss something which I felt was a rather good topic to go on. It's an analogy I came up with. I'll call it the Christian arsehole analogy. Let me run it through you guys and see what you guys think. I want you guys to imagine a group of people, really nice people for the most part. However, these people connect the term arsehole to being something positive due to their early indoctrination to the predominantly arsehole culture. Now, as stated, the majority of these people are good people. However, that does not mean that being an arsehole is good. It just means that these guys are not arseholes. Now, every time I criticize the arsehole way of life, or their book, The Big Guide to Being an Arsehole, they get butthurt. The nice people claim I'm being offensive, that I'm going after the minority of people who call themselves arseholes, and that true arseholes are all really nice people. Fact is, in this world, the term arsehole is a predefined set of beliefs, actions, and ideas from the book, The Big Guide to Being an Arsehole. So I can see that the few I go after are in fact the true arseholes, and that these nice people are not. Now, I want you to replace the term arsehole with Christian, and the big guide to being an arsehole with the Bible, and we are stuck with our current situation. Millions of lovely people attach themselves to the word Christian as they think it is good due to the way they were brought up. What this means is I now have to be very careful and tiptoe around these people, as I do not want to hurt them. Fact is, none of these people follow what the Bible actually says. They do not force a raped woman to marry her rapist. They do not endorse slavery. They do not stone a child to death for cursing. But by ticking the box, I am Christian, like a software agreement which no one ever reads, you are agreeing with this. From now on, I will address you as pseudo-Christians, as that is what you really are. The term is not meant to be offensive, just I really do not want to degrade you and what you believe to the level of what is in the Bible. If you knew the Bible like I did, if you actually took the time to read it, you would understand. The Bible is a disgrace upon humanity, one of civilization's lowest points. Yet by priests and preachers stamping everything good as Christian, when it is the exact opposite, you have been brainwashed. The best clear-cut case is the way that the God of the Bible is 100% against any progression made by humanity, scientific or humanitarian. I know you won't believe me, but please, if you have a Bible in your home, pause the video, find it, and then come back. Now, I'd like you to open the index of your Bible and find for me Genesis 11. Let us read from passages 1 to 9, also known as the Tower of Babel. I am reading from the New International Version. It reads, "Now the whole world had one language and a common speech. As people moved eastward, they found a plain in Shinar and settled there. They said to each other, 'Come, let's make bricks and bake them thoroughly.' They used brick instead of stone and tar for mortar. Then they said, 'Come, let us build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches to the heavens so that we may make a name for ourselves. Otherwise, we will be scattered over the face of the whole earth.' But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower the people were building. The Lord said, 'If as one people speaking the same language they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and confuse their language, so they will not understand each other.' So the Lord scattered them from there over all earth, and they stopped building the city. That is why it is called Babel. From there the Lord scattered them over the face of the whole earth." So I hope that you can see that the God of the Bible, if his existence is true, is the very cause for national division, war, and all the problems in between. In this story, supposedly, the God of the Bible saw what man was achieving with lack of national and language barriers, and grew scared of what they could achieve. The very words, nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. So much for the all-powerful as well as the all-loving God. So please, good people who accept the Christian God blindly, free yourselves from the tyranny of these blood-stained pages. I hope that this video has given you all something to think over. I do hope you consider reading the Bible if you claim yourself to be a Christian. Thank you for listening. Please rate, comment and subscribe if you wish. I shall leave you with a segment from a debate with Christopher Hitchens, which you may enjoy. This is Essence of Thought. Out.
There will come a time when the Church will issue apologies and explanations and half-baked appeals for forgiveness for things it's still doing. I think that there will be an apology for what happened in Rwanda, the most Catholic country in Africa, where priests and nuns and bishops are on trial for inciting from their pulpits and on the church's radio stations and newspapers the massacre of their brothers and sisters. Staying in Africa, I think it will one day be admitted with shame that it might have been in error to say that AIDS is bad as a disease, very bad, but not quite as bad as condoms are bad, or not as immoral in the same way. I say it in the presence of His grace, and I say it to His face. The preachings of His church are responsible for the death and suffering and misery of millions of His brother and sister Africans, and He should apologize for it. He should show some shame. For condemning my friend Stephen Fry for his nature, for saying you couldn't be a member of our church. You're born in sin. He's not being condemned for what he does, he's being condemned for what he is. You're a child made in the image of God. Oh no, you're not. You're a faggot. And you can't join our church and you can't go to heaven. This is disgraceful. It's inhuman. It's obscene. And it comes from a clutch of hysterical, sinister virgins who've already betrayed their charge in the children of their own church. For shame, for shame. I don't wish any ill on any fellow primate or mammal of mine, so I don't at all look forward to the death of Joseph Ratzinger. I don't. Or any other pope, not really. Except for one tiny reason which I ought to confess and share with you. When he dies, there's quite a long interval till the conclave can meet, and for that whole time, that whole interval, it's a delicious, lucid interlude, there isn't anyone on earth who claims to be infallible. Isn't that nice? All I want to propose in closing is this, that if the human species is to rise to the full height that's demanded by its dignity and by its intelligence, we must all of us move to a state of affairs where that condition is permanent. And I think we should get on with it. Okay, thank you for having me.